So the man that married, an educated man that is getting married to an educated woman, what is that? That is disadvantage. So this man is taking advantage, and he must manipulate for him to be able to live with this woman. So being submissive is trust. Trust is something we cannot live without. The government cannot run. Juba government is not okay because there is no trust. Juba is not in order because there's no trust. South Sudanese are killing each other because they don't trust each other. The tribes don't trust each other. Even husbands and wives at home don't trust each other. Nobody trusts each other. Girlfriends don't trust each other. You see, somebody, a woman, a girl trusts you. She comes in, and then you play the games or whatever you do. You as a man, you record, knowing that if she wants to leave you, you will use that to manipulate her. I will post this on social media. I'll do this and that. Same to girls, they do that. So this is not trust. We don't trust each other. No trust. And we cannot live without trust. I told you before that the only place a man feels comfortable and peaceful is in the hands of his woman. Same to a woman in the hands of her husband. So these are the only, or maybe you are a daughter in the hands of your father. So these are the only places that we can say that you feel comfortable. So for me to be submissive, for that woman to be submissive, for that girl to be submissive, it's come automatic. There are things that you need to do. There are things that you need to do for you to be able to do it. Because without this woman, imagine this woman become the mother of your children. You cannot be called a father without this woman that is giving you one child or two child, because a child is a child. Sometimes there are people that were brought to this world only to give birth to one child. There are people that were brought to this world just to give birth to two kids. There are people that were brought to this world even not to give birth. So we are not equally. We have different duties that brought us to this world. Just like you see, there is a doctor, there is an Equatorian that is married maybe to a Dinka or maybe to a Nuer, and if this woman doesn't give birth to, you will see them, they are not used to the drama of the Nuer and the Dinka, because immediately a lady is married in Dinka and Nuer, immediately the family start thinking, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? Is your wife pregnant? Is your wife pregnant? So there's a lot of pressure from this, but you don't find that pressure from the Equatorian side because they are more advanced and they understand this thing more than us. But to we, because there's a lot of cows that are being put, somebody's being married with 500 cows, 400 cows, 300 cows. So they expect you to give birth to many children because you are born with a lot of what? With a lot of children, with a lot of cows. So, but the Equatorians and the other, they don't marry with these too much cows that the Nuer and the Dinka are using. So to them now, it's become a little bit lower, understandable, not like who? That is, so to me, his submissive is something that is very, very important. Without trust and submissive is one thing. Some people are trying to say this and that. When you open now, get some water. If a Nuer gets some water and goes serve a Dinka without somebody you don't know, they will not drink that water because they will feel there is suspicious. They will think maybe you're poisoning them. Same, the vice versa on the other way. So what does that mean? There's no trust. Nobody trusts each other. And that's why I remember that time when, before 2018, when Salva Kiir went to Khartoum and he was talking to Dr. Riek and he said, I want you to come to Juba. And Dr. Riek said, will you not? You see, will you not? Because Dr. Riek was already, in 2013, there was this drama. In 2016, he came in, he tried. No, it did not get. So he was like, will you not repeat? So there was that question mark. So there's no trust among the government officials. There's no trust. That's why every day somebody is being removed, somebody is being released, somebody is being appointed. You are appointed after 3 months, you are decree. You are appointed after 8 months, you are decree. So there's a lot of lack of trust. And this lack of trust have destroyed a lot of homes, have destroyed a lot of offices, have destroyed our old beautiful country that we had in 2011, on the 9th of July 2011. That country now have been destroyed because of lack of trust, because of greed. We have greed in different ways. Greed is in this different way. We only see greed in the money, but if there's greed in anything. There is greed men that want to have 20 wives, 10 wives, 90 wives, 100 wives. That is greed. We should not just see greed in only looting resources. No, greed also is in everything we do. Everything that is around, you want it to be yours. There is greed in cattle riding. You want to have a lot of cows. That is, we also see greed there. There is greed in what? There is greed when it's come to distributing these humanitarian items. You only want to give your family alone. There is greed when it's come to employment. You only want to employ your relatives. You only want your family to be the one to have money, to be the one to have cars. So this is greed. Greed is in different ways. Greed is not only in looting the resources of the country. Greed also, there are those who feel like, oh, why is so-and-so having this phone? They want to come and take those phones. That is greed. So greed is in different ways. But because the other one we are seeing in Juba now is the bigger one, because corruption can be seen by everybody, including goats and cows, then we only see that greed. But greed is in everywhere. When your father have 20 cows, and he say this cow is for all the boys in the house to get married, and then from there, and because of you, you say, no, I want to use all these cows to marry my wife. And you don't even think about your brothers. You don't even think about your sister. That is greed. When your mother cook food and the food is not enough and you want it to eat alone and you don't care about other people, that is greed. Greed is in different ways. So how do we now get this? So it starts from home. Without trust, then there is no submissive. You cannot be submissive to something you don't trust. And without safety, there's no trust. If I am not safe, if I don't feel safe and comfortable in your hands, if your wife doesn't feel safe in your hands, then automatically she cannot be submissive to you. How is your wife not safe in your hands as a man? Because when we are here, we talk about submissive. The man is the head of the family. Whether you like it or not, it was like that. And that's why a woman is the one being married. It's not the man that is being married. No, he's the woman that is being married. So when you wake up in the morning, pick your cows, and you know by evening you are going to have a wife, then you have to know, when she comes, will she be safe in my hands? What women need is safety. When they are safe, they will be submissive. When they are safe, when they trust you, because safety connect to trust, trust connect to submissive. This is something that comes automatic. If I don't trust you, do you know why young girls or women, as they feel, they go mostly with bouncers? They go mostly with bouncers because they feel they can be protected. They can be protected. So women want to be protected. And this word submissive is too big. We cannot do anything without being submissive. You be submissive to your boss, right? Submissive to your job. Submissive to your wife, to your husband, to everything. Automatically, if I give you trust, you give me back trust. If you give me safety, I give you back safety. So it cannot be one way. You beat me and you expect me to be submissive to you. It cannot. I will be faking it. Being submissive is something that comes automatic. If I love you, if I trust you, if I feel safe in your hands, automatically, I will be submissive to you. And a lot of South Sudanese women, especially the Nuer and the Dinka, are very submissive. When they bring water to you, there's respect, there's trust. So they bring with sinia. They bring you water with sinia. They get the water in the glass, they put in the sinia, they bring you. These are things that you don't find anywhere. But they do these things. But nobody sees this. Kind. The all fruits, 9 fruits of the Holy Spirit are involved here. You have to be kind. You have to be self-control. You have to be understandable. You have to be able to communicate. Women, South Sudanese women and South Sudanese men don't know how to communicate to each other. And that's why you see Richard Roy is communicating with a stick. And most men, most South Sudanese men, they communicate with a belt. Most South Sudanese men, they think their wives are kids and they communicate with a belt. If you communicate with a belt and you build a woman that is giving you children and you beat her and you think she's nothing, she's stupid, she cannot reason, you beat her with a belt and you want her to be submissive to you, you are lying to yourself. A belt is not used to beat women. You cannot buy a belt to beat women. No, you buy a belt for your what? For your trouser. When you are buying a belt, have you ever been told that this one is not good for, this one is for beating women, this one is for your trouser, or this one is for, no, the belt is not meant for beating women or children. No, a belt is meant for a trouser. It's meant for a trouser. At least to help you, not for you to use it, that's very fast, you remove it and you beat your wife. This is your wife. She's not your slave. And using that belt on her, this is something she will always remember. She cannot be submissive to you. She will not feel safe in your hands. Huh? She will not feel safe in your hands. And immediately this happened, then now trauma comes in. A good home is a home that people sit down when there's a problem, they talk. You don't take a belt and you start beating women. You went to go to the office. When things do not come well in the office, you find some things up and you bring the anger to your woman, you remove something small, you get your belt and you beat your wife. This is not the belt. South Sudanese men, the belt is not meant for caning women or beating women. This belt is meant for your trousers. It is meant for your trousers if you want your women to be submissive to you. Let them trust you. Let them feel safe in your houses. Let them feel safe in your hands. Not using the belt. Because when you use the belt, then automatically there is no submissive. You will be forcing things. And when they force things, things will not go all right. True submissive. If you want your wife to be submissive, you don't have to demand it. No, inspire it. Make her admire you. Make her do those things by only her willing. Because immediately, this inspired her. When you make her safe, you trust her, just like you eat her food. After beating her, after beating her, no man ever think that this woman will poison me. That is trust. But you're beating them. So what if you don't beat them and you call them, so and so, this and this did not go right. Can we talk about it? And then you sit down and you talk about it. And this is something that, especially these people like saying, she me aki engu, she me doan, she me stupid, she me kuyonga. How can somebody mo kuyonga? How can somebody mo stupid? Kadava jigat bilo you tell by shall one ngu, by shall one ngu, begat ko bin bikan arke, kabi shall stupid, ramanong begat bekadaf bekakamji, be able shall stupid. Be able la kwan, kawi yo, your finkan ko bionong babalandu mabiba to a ship. This person that is coming, a woman is to do what? A woman is to come and give you a home. You as a man, you have the seed. The seed belongs to a man. Mostly. Woman is like a woman, he's the soil to plant your seed. Just like when you prepare your garden and you want to plant your maize, and then you now plant your maize and you water it. That is the same. So to a woman, a man, you have the seed. But because you want this seed to grow, you plant it in a woman and she gives you what? She gives you children. So you plant maize, you plant a seed, a corn. When you plant a corn, the same corn give you what? It gives you a maize. So the same corn as a man, you planted in a woman, and this, it give you a baby. That is called Jimmy, a king, that you will start having those names and they will carry your name. They don't even carry a name. They come back to you after all this. And we treat them like they are not important. We treat them, we abuse them. We treat them like slaves. They are not slaves. They are things that we should protect. And they should feel safe in our hands. They should feel safe in our houses. They should be protected. Because they are vulnerable. They are not powerful. Their power is in their tongue. And that's why when a woman abuses you, you feel like you want to beat her. The power of a woman is not in her body. It is in her tongue. A power of a man is in his body, physically. He can carry something big. But a woman cannot carry something big. When she say one word, that one word can burn the whole society. And that's why I think most women are not presidents. Because women, when we are annoyed, we don't think far. We think now. Our mind switch off. And we just focused about now, here. What have happened? So that is, and that's why if the whole world women were the president, then we will burn this country, this world down in just maybe one day. Because when we are annoyed, we act emotionally. We don't act with our brain sometimes. So this is something we feel it through emotions. And that's why when you see a woman becoming pregnant, there's a lot that they endure. So we feel the pain. And that's why when you see a woman crying, she removes the tears because she feels it. But the easy way for her to communicate to you, her husband, her boyfriend, her father, is through her tears. She cried to tell you that whatever I'm going through is painful. I can't take it. I need some help. So all this is what we need to do. Women are very powerful from their tongue. One word, the whole entire family is annoyed with her. But at the end, when she's not annoyed, she's very beautiful. So how do we control all this? By treating them well. So this word submissive, it means a lot. It's in different ways. So when a woman, when you trust her, when you make her safe, you get submissive automatically. It doesn't have to be forced again. You don't force it. You get it out. Woman, or some people confuse independency with resistance. No. when you resist something is when you fight her and she will resist it. And when it's happened all the time, then this is a process for you destroying your home. She will keep resisting until one day she'll just wake up and move. Because women have 7 stages. The first stage, she goes to her father's house. The second stage, she goes to her father's house. The third stage, she goes to her friend's house, not to her father anymore. The fourth one, she stay at home, preparing, telling you, I will leave this home. The fifth one, she tells you, I will leave. The sixth, she will go hide for 2-3 days and then come back. And then the last one, she will go for good. When women are tired, when they reach to the level 7, they don't do what? They don't sit at home. They don't even think about these kids. That is the level women now start saying, these are your children. You even carry their name. I don't carry their name. So we have to be very careful on how to treat our women. A lot of women are leaving home because men don't give what they're supposed to be giving. Having a home is not about providing money. No, it's not about having a home. It's a lot of responsibility. You don't need to forget, because in my father's house, I'm being treated like a princess. So when I reach to your house, you need to know I already grew being treated like a princess. So anything, my father will like, hey, daddy, little girl. So when I'm being called like that and I reach to your house and I don't get that, automatically a wound start growing slowly. I start comparing you and my father, how I used to get from my father's house and what now you are giving me. So automatically the women will always be like, Boshina, I'll go to my father's house. Why do they say that? Because you are treating them bad. When a woman starts saying that I'll go back to my father's house, then you need to know that something is not right somewhere. And they're telling you the way they are being treated in their father's house is better than the way you are treating them today. So it's a communication. They're communicating to you. And every woman at a particular time, including the older ones, are talking of leaving. Every day, Boshin, I'll go to my father's house. If a woman starts talking like that, then as a man, you need to sit down and think, what is it that I'm not doing right to this woman? A woman that is submissive, she values balance. A woman that is submissive, she values balance. When a woman is submissive, automatically, you give her all the things she needs. Even if you don't have too much, she will stay. And you will be happy in that home. Women are not about money. When people say women love money, no. Actually, women don't love money. And that's why women they always leave rich men. And they go to where there's no resources. And they feel good. They get married and people will be like, what does this woman need? Because I give her a car. She have a house I bought for her. She have money every month. But she still leave your house. Because you think that what you're supposed to provide is only resources. No, you have to give her, one, she have to trust you. Second, you have to give her a safety environment. She have to feel safe. You don't have to treat her and very fast you pick your belt that is used for your trouser to beat her. I've never seen in the factories, any factory making belt for women to be beaten. No, they make belt. And that's why it have all this. A belt have all this. So it's not meant for beating women in South Sudan. There's some places actually men are the ones being beaten. Leave about women. So, but in South Sudan, we still have this problem with us. And also, you sometimes when you get the one that is not for you. Because there are people, a lot of women are staying with the husband that are not meant to be their husband. A lot of men also are with women that they were not meant to be their wives. So here, there's a lot of chaos. Here, there's a lot of problems. And when that happens, That's why you see a lot of divorces. A lot of people are divorcing. They're left and right and a lot of drama. So you are staying with a woman that is not yours. If a woman was not meant for you, of course you will divorce and she'll go get married and she'll live peacefully. And we have those ones around us that were married before, but they were not, the first marriage did not succeed. They went and get married the second time or the third time, and now they're in their homes and they're living peacefully. Because getting the right one for you is very important. You don't go and carry another person cargo and you bring to yourself. No. We have people also that have been through a lot. If you have done mistakes, if you have break a lot of young girl hearts or a lot of girls before you got married, don't forget that you took this for free. No, karma must follow you. So you will also suffer in your marriage as a man or as a woman. So whatever you do, karma must follow you. Karma doesn't leave. Karma is not only in people that are killing people. Karma is in everything. Because what you do to others will also be done to you. So whatever you do today will come back to you. If it's good, it will come back to you good. If it's bad, it's come back. And these things follow us even in our homes. But nobody talks about it. No, you ignore too much. Why am I staying long without having a child? Maybe you beat somebody's child and somebody say, oh, you will not see a child. So this, we carry a lot of scarces around us that we don't actually... When it's come to home, we don't need hierarchy. When it's come to submissive or submission, there's no hierarchy. One very important thing everybody need to know, the man is the head of the family. The woman is a helper to this family. So the woman becomes the neck. And that's why when I tell you, I want this, we go right, we go right. We go left, we go left. We go south, we go south. This is very, very important. You need to know everybody must be in their respective places. But men, a woman was not told to provide for herself from the Bible or from the rules. It was a man's duty. It's a man's duty to do what? To provide for his family. And a woman is to take care for her family, nurture her family, and she works wise to be able to build that home. She's made wise because she's the one that gives you the kids. The wisdom she has is the wisdom your children carries. When women sometimes resist things, we women sometimes we go through a lot of trauma that people don't know or a lot of men don't know. And we become resilient. We carry a lot of things in our hearts. There's a lot of trauma. So when we reject something, sometimes you need to first understand why. You always need to ask the question before attacking or before even you be like, why is my woman like this? Why is my woman stressed? Why is my woman not talking? Why is she quiet? Why is she not happy today? Because there's a lot of trauma that women go through. These traumas, we get them in a very funny way. If I go maybe to my friend's house and maybe their husband bought her maybe a car, sofa sets, new TV, that give me trauma. If I don't have this in my house, as a woman, this give me trauma. But these are things that can never make men have trauma. But to us women, we carry this trauma. Maybe your husband doesn't have the resources to do this. And you don't want to tell your husband because it will look like you are even making him more stressed. So I carry this. Maybe there's a problem at home from my father's house, maybe, or from my sister's house, or maybe from my friend's house. So I will not come and tell my husband. So I will carry this trauma. So women carry a lot of trauma without that we don't talk about sometimes. Maybe you need something, But it's not that easy to open up. So, and that's why it's easy sometimes for women to fall back to their mothers. They go and they tell their mothers, you know, this and this is not going well. And then their mothers will advise them on what to do. Because a wife advisor is a mother. Most of the time. And your mother can never make you go wrong. So this is something that also is very important. Men need to understand when women say not today. Maybe she was tired from working at home. Maybe she woke up in the morning, washed the kids, prepared them, took them to school, and then came wash the house, she washed the clothes, she cleaned the house, a lot of things that people see that they are not important or they are not heavy, but these things are very, if a man is left in a house for 1 day or 2 days to take care of all these things, they will complain. But these things are meant for women. Even if a man try, yes, but it's only women that do this thing perfectly. She's here preparing lunch for everybody. She's here taking care, okay, checking her husband. Have you put your tie well? The clothes you put on, are they okay? Checking the shoes. So she's the one making sure the whole family is actually okay. She check the ties and when she dress up the kids and come later on and dress up the husband. Because no matter what, a woman have to check, okay, did you put the perfume? Okay, why you don't use this other shirt? Why use the other shirt? So there's a lot. She's here. She's the manager of the house. She's the manager of the house. And after all these things, she makes sure everybody have eaten food and everybody's okay and the dishes are clean. So these are things that we need to understand and put in our hearts. We are here to understand each other. We are not here to slave anybody. The men are not there to slave women and the women are not there to treat men bad. So we are here to live a life before we go to heaven or before we go to wherever we came from. So that is something that without the word submissive control everything. It's control the government. It's control homes. It control the community. It control the societies. It control husband and wife. When a woman is safe, she feels safe, then automatically she do what? She becomes submissive without. The secret is if a man treats a woman well, that woman worship her man. And she feel proud. Anything good, she sees something, I can give this to my man. I can buy this to my man. So all these things are very important as men. And men should always remember, you should always be, even if a woman starts providing more than a man, automatically that home loses its value. A man will not be important anymore. Because the duty of a man is to provide for her family, for his family. So when now a woman is the one providing, and that's why you see a lot of women now don't need men because they can provide for themselves. And this is not, so we should always make sure we are to that level that we are called to be. Women are overprotective to the things they love. When a woman loves something, they overprotect them. They overprotect it. And some people think that they are being controlled. No, a woman protects. The way she protects her kids is the way she protects her husband, is the way she protects everything about her. She wants to feel like she wants to protect everything. Join Kurmayol. No, not yet. I will do that because it's not yet officially. So when it's official, then I'll do these things to him. And you will be a witness, actually. You will be seeing what will be happening. So when a man is asking a woman to be submissive, have you prepared the environment for her to be submissive? Is the environment safe for her enough for her to be submissive? Does she trust you enough for her to be submissive to you? These are the things that we should be asking ourselves. So you should always be like, does she feel safe enough to trust you in your environment, in your surrounding, in your home? Because submissive come automatically. So this is something that I wanted to share with you today, the word submissive, and I want you to go out and check. And check more about being submissive. What does the word submissive mean? Some people think it's respect. Mostly it's a combination of all these words. And now you need to check. What is this word submissive? What does it mean to you? What it means to your home? And you can sit down with your daughters also as a man. You share about the word submissive. You can sit down with your wife. You share about the word submissive. And you also, around your surrounding, around your neighbors, you sit down and you talk about the word submissive. Because without submissive, then the environment will go into chaos and will never enjoy. Those who are married will never enjoy their marriage. Those who are yet to be married will not. So as a man, it's a responsibility. As a father to daughters, is your responsibility to make them understand what is submissive and what does it mean to them. And same to boys also. You also talk to your boys, what does submissive, so that when these people get married, they understand from their homes what does it mean to be submissive. So it's very important. Before you tell, this is very important, before you tell your woman to be submissive to you, have you prepared a very nice environment for her to be? Is she safe enough? Does she trust you? Because if a woman trusts you, everything she wants, she run to you. This and that, this and that. Women behave like kids. In the hands of men, they trust. Because anything small, she have to report. This and this to me. This and this happened to me. And you'll be like, I'm sorry. What can we do? And this is what is needed. You need a healthy communication with your partners. And healthy communication is not good. Beating a woman is unhealthy it's unhealthy communication. So you don't communicate by beating a woman. No, you have a healthy communication. The names, those sweet names you used to calling your woman, call out those names and say, please, can we discuss something? This and this did not go right. This and this was not okay. If she abused you, also remind her, tell her, abusing is not good. And try it also to direct her to the Bible. Let her be the one also to read the chapter, because there's a lot of chapters in the Bible that guide us on how to behave as a married woman and also how to behave as a married man. So try to share together all these things. All the best, and see you next time. When I get another important words that we need to discuss, we will talk again. So trust is very important. Submissive is trust.